Espero nunca mais experimentar uma Páscoa como a de 2020. Quem fala é Padre Faber, famoso colecionador de arte. Padre Faber aumentou o número de seus fiéis exibindo obras de arte contemporânea na Catedral. Assim, a Catedral de Santo Estêvão, em Viena, está sempre bem vestida. Este ano, o jejum da Quaresma foi representado na forma de um suéter de malha violeta, de gigantescas dimensões, 80 metros quadrados, projetado por Erwin Wurm. O suéter, que representa o calor e o amor, esconde completamente o altar principal. Entrevistei Erwin Wurm, que desde jovem sempre foi atraído pelas obras de arte das igrejas e museus.
At the beginning it was more excessive. I remember being 20-something and traveling with a girlfriend to Italy, and she was totally bored because I was running from one church to the other and from one museum to the other. At the end of our vacation, our relation was over. Well, you know.
As obras de arte devem convidar a pensar em suas próprias limitações, diz Padre Faber. Elas são uma indicação das deformidades de nossas vidas. Assim, Wurm trabalha o paradoxo com humor.
I wouldn't say it's humorous. Humorous is just one aspect. I'm dealing with things like the paradox. I like to look from a different angle on the world towards our reality. And when you're able to combine it with paradox situations and paradox ideas, then you're probably more able to look to see different realities. And this I find interesting. Not only the body. I always make inscriptions where people have to think about something. So my interest is in the entity of the human person. Body is just one part. We also have a spirit. We don't exist only of the body. We are our mind, our spirit, our character, our psychology. This is an important part, sometimes even a much more important part. So this together is functioning in a way because it influences vice versa. The body, the physical experience, and the physical experience influences the mind. And I found this is absolutely necessary to combine it.
Wurm começou sua carreira levando pelo mundo afora esculturas de minuto. O que significa isso? Nas esculturas de minuto, o público é convidado a seguir as instruções do artista para desvendar o significado de cada obra.
Yes, you know, I think it's very important that because I make a suggestion and the viewer has to accept it if he wants to get closer to my work, and I need the viewer anyway. Everybody needs the viewer. The best painting of the world, let's say it's Mona Lisa, in the basement without any viewer means nothing. It's just a piece of canvas and paint. So every piece of art needs a spectator or spectator who is able to read it and is able to enjoy it and is able to go to dive into it and go to the content and all these things. So I like to play with the idea that I make a suggestion of something and the spectator comes and realizes the sculpture after my instructions. Well, you know, it's every group of people has a different character in a way, and it's so interesting how different they respond to the body of work. For example, when I showed first time 1-minute sculptures in Asia, it was a big thing because the Asian people were so willing to follow the instructions, and it was crazy. The result was crazy. Japan, Korea, and China. It was fantastic. When I showed these pieces first in Europe, in Austria and in Germany, people were very, you know, stepped back, and I didn't know they didn't want to do it, so they were very, how can I say, reserved, let's say reserved. And this was a total different attitude in the Asian countries. And the same in a way in the States. The States, people in the States were much more willing to experiment with themselves in front of the camera or things. So it's a total different character of public.
Roupas, casas, malas e outros objetos do nosso dia a dia, e carros e caminhões, como ferramentas da mobilidade humana.
And I had house attack on the roof of a museum. Now the house, it's very much, my whole work is about the idea of the entity of a human person. So it's the body, it's what the person, the character, the spirit, the mood, the things he owes, how he expresses himself. So all the whole entity. Through our mobility, we need cars and we need houses to live in and our clothes. So the whole thing I found interesting, because those are also quite important questions. Why not cars? Because cars are so central in our world. I mean, everybody needs a car every day. I drive every day. And first, it's a vehicle of mobility. Then some cars have sex appeal. We need them. It's to express ourselves also. To show our wealth or our coolness or whatever. Muscle cars, men love muscle cars, some women love muscle cars. So it's this whole attitude, which it has a lot to do with psychology, and a car is one of the biggest tools in our world. So it's destroying our world also, and that makes it so interesting for me.
As exposições de Wurm são uma verdadeira experiência. Ele faz da arte caminho para nós conhecermos melhor. Por hoje é só.